Alrighty, we got ourselves a challenge. We are battling with myself, Mac, Troll Ascetic, and BK. Ooh, it's kind of like the A team here. Battling against Tank, Max Capone, Vierbina, and the Smasher. So the combo of Germans and Austrians, which are definitely not the same thing, as I've learned in the comments of my video. I'm going to take Oko here. Honestly, Oko is not as exciting of a first pick as it used to be, but this pack isn't that good. I mean, there's Oko, there's Lorien Revealed, Itali, Relic of Sauron, Time Spiral. I think I'd rather just take Oko. I don't know. Oko is just a very strong card, and it's cheap. All right, well, Oko into Fire Covenant, just the way we've drawn it up. I mean, I think I am going to do that. I think Fire Covenant is the best card in this pack, and there's really not much competing with it. Like Bitter Triumph, Bone Crusher, and Imperial Seal are all worse. Watery Grave is good, but not as good as Fire Covenant. And despite the colors obviously not really lining up here, this could easily end up being a 5-color like Domain style deck. So far I've passed Max Capone a Time Spiral, is what I assume he's going to take out of that last pack. And maybe an Itali if you opened on Animate. If you opened on like Reanimate or Necromancy or Animate Dead, maybe he takes Itali into Imperial Seal or Itali into Bitter Triumph. But in that case, I don't mind cutting Fire Covenant either, and I'm on the lookout for some lands here. This is not a very intriguing pack. I think I'm going to take Retrofitter Foundry because I'm obsessed with the card. But the reality is, like, I could take Paradise Druid or Generous Ent to go with these 5-color theme, but like I don't have to be locked into that. I could still just be blue-green artifacts. Mox Opal's also good, but I'd rather take Retro. I just think Retro is the best card in this pack. Vaultborn Tyrant's also very good. I've loved this card, but that's for a Reanimator Sneak style deck, which I'm not doing, and I'm not in a position to take Doomsday either, or Flicker Whisper Vendilion Click, so I think I'm going to take Retrofitter here and just kind of see where the winds take me, because I don't have a solid idea of where I'm going, and I have kind of 3 different cards. They can go together, but obviously I'm just kind of seeing what's going to happen here. Like here, like Delighted Halfling, that's a lot better than Paradise Druid. I would have taken Delighted Halfling or Noble Hierarch over Retrofitter Foundry. I just didn't want to take Paradise Druid. Just the 2-drop ones are not that exciting. Oh, there's Elemental Eruption. This one's nice. Storm. It's basically Mind's Desire, but all you hit are 4/4 Flying Prowess Dragons. Hey, it's pretty cool. There's also Thopter Foundry to go with this Retrofitter, like in the artifact theme, and and you take a Thopter Foundry this early. The only people who know I have it are Tank, Mac, BK, and Smasher. Max, Troll, and Anton don't. Maybe I do want a Thopter Foundry. Maybe I want a Shelldock. No, I'll take Delighted Halfling here. I think Delighted Halfling is really strong, so happy enough to take that. Oh man, now there's Sneak Attack and Grim Monolith. I do like both of those. There's also Verdant, though. I kind of feel, and there's Dark Ritual, wow. I kind of feel like I should Verdant to go with Halfling Oko, and could easily be blue-green for Retro, maybe Splash Fire Covenant. The Verdant could help with that, too. I think I'm supposed to do that. I mean, taking a fetch is generally going to be a good place to be regardless, but I'm a little uneasy as to like where I'm headed here. I guess we have Retrofitter and Fire Covenant. They're both kind of standing out, and we'll see which direction we go. Now there's Teferi. I do love Teferi. There's also Pick Your Poison, which is a good reactive card. Don't think I want to take Botanical Sanctum here. If it was a tropical island, I'd be into it, but Botanical Sanctum is so much weaker. I think just taking Teferi is good, especially since it's really good with Time Spiral too, like in that style of deck. And then maybe the Fire Covenant's getting pushed out as I pick up other colors of cards, or maybe not, because here there's a Bayou. Bayou's fetchable with Catacombs, so is Proving Ground. Though Bayou, I guess, doesn't give me new mana. There's also Utopia Sprawl. I'm a little down on Utopia Sprawl just because of Wasteland and Strip Mine. Though I guess you can put it on Basic Forest and that cuts it to just Strip Mine. There's Nexus of Becoming, but as much as I love that card, I don't think I'm doing that. I think maybe it's actually Proving Ground, because that's kind of an inroad into Fire Covenant here and into Domain. And then now, oh look, there's Fabled Passage. It's a fetch land. It's a Prismatic Vista that works on turn 4 untapped. There's Life Death, and it's a kind of late Reanimate card, as well as Triplicate Titan and Fallen Shinobi, but kind of feels like I could just take Fabled Passage here and be pretty happy with it regardless of where kind of we end up. Passing an Oust and a Cathar Commando. Max very rarely plays white, though he certainly can. Everyone here can play all the combinations. Oh, we're a really good Deathrite Shaman deck now. 2 fetch lands goes a long way. So I hate passing a late Lorien Reveal because I think that card is awesome. But Deathrite Shaman looks like actively great here. So take that. And then now maybe I take Coalition Relic. If we're going to be a 5-color deck, it's not the worst. It's a little slow, but I don't really care for Regrowth or Garruk. I don't care about Dust Animus. So yeah, let's take Coalition Relic. Oh, Generous and Paradise Druid both wield. I kind of like Paradise Druid here. So I don't think I want more. Like, Generous End's kind of like a tap land, and I have a Proving Ground and a Fabled Passage that are also kind of like tap lands. Paradise Druid. Kind of want Battle Ball as a hate, but maybe I just take Haywire Might because it actually looks pretty good in this deck too. I would just play it. And then now I could take Dryad Arbor in case of Green Suns, but you know what? I'm just going to hate Liliana in case Max is playing Black-Red. Oh, such a late pick, you're poison. All right, well, Green's last pick, Utopia Sprawl. Well, Green's definitely open. Okay, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how this has gone. Those last bunch of picks were just fantastic for me. Now I'm set to play some combo of Teferi or Fire Covenant. I probably don't need this Coalition Relic, but I gotta not click around. I've made that mistake before. There's a Time Twister, which I kind of like with Acceleration, now that I have a bunch of it. Still not an ideal first pick. These packs have just been pretty bad. There's Tundra, which doesn't look amazing. It looks fine. The one upside to taking Time Twister here is it is good with Teferi. You can twist end of their turn. That's nice. I can also pick up Leovold since I'm at this point the Leovold colors and it seems like green's open around me. What else would I take? I don't think I want to take one of the black removal spells. Definitely not Pyrokinesis. I don't love passing it. I think instead of Narset with my all creature deck, I would just take Twister. There's also black-green Surveil land, but I don't feel that strongly. All right, let's just take the Twister, even though I'm not in love with that. Okay, so he passed a Necromancy, so that's an interesting sign. There's Cobra and Scion, but I'm going to take Memory Lapse. I love Memory Lapse, and a little bit of Disruption is so perfect for these decks. And then I'll wheel something out of this pack, because there's a bunch of Surveil lands, a Cobra, a Scion of Draco, Blood Tithe. I mean, Necromancy deck aren't going to wheel, but this looks pretty nice. As much as I love drafting the wheels deck, I don't want to take more wheels when I don't have too much that goes with them, whereas Fracture Identity is the kind of card I want to ramp into. So Fracture Identity, oh man, there's a Breeding Pool here too. Breeding Pool is really good, but there's a ton of lands going around. I think I've got to take Fractured here. I don't think Breeding Pool is going to wheel because it's one of the more contested lands, but there's 2 Triomes, there's a Scrub land, and there's also some decently strong cards, like someone might take Cauldrift, they have Stoneforge, there's Oliphant, Wheel of Fortune, like these are likely going to get taken, which means as long as someone takes Sylvan or Cryptic or Dig or Arwen or Knight, one of the lands at least might come back. So I'm hoping that works out. This Fire Covenant's looking a little bit sketchy, but if I can play it, I will. The card, it really is that good. And then here, there's an Indotha Triumph. That I'm not really that into. Miscalculation I am, though. Just being blue-green sounds pretty good to me. Like Bant sort of colors. Maybe a Proving Ground, maybe not. Taking Miscalc, passing Skyclave, Intrepid Adversary, Emberwild Captain. We didn't see a lot of red, so I think Tank's likely playing red, but I think taking the 2-mana counters is really good here. So I have like Natural Order more, but the Vaultborn Tyrant's already gone, which makes me not want it. I don't want a Spell Seeker for these kind of crappy cards. We're not quite to Unearth. 3 Steps Ahead's interesting. So it's Cancel for 3 mana, so that's not like great, but you can also copy one of your things, or you can draw 2 cards and discard a card, and you can do all 3. I mean, I think that might be better. I don't mind passing to 2 red cards. That's whatever. I don't think I want to take Natural Order. And I think 3 Steps Ahead could be good. I don't know. There's also Sandstorm Salvager there, but I'm turning kind of into a blue-green deck, which I actually think Retrofitter could be good in this deck too, where you just sit on counters and Retrofitter mana and just kind of do that sort of thing. There's still decent green cards coming, but I haven't had to take them. I could just take the blue cards now and the green cards later, you see. Here, there's an Abrade. There's a Brawler, which would be nice, but I think I might just take Nissa. Nissa with 2 mana counters is also really sick. You just, especially if you get a a breeding pool or tropical island, which at this point is looking a little less likely. Nissa, untap a blue-green land, and then memory lapse their play is awesome. It's a good thing to ramp into, and I have 4 things that ramp, so I think Nissa is one of the payoffs I like the most. And now there's Sylvan Caryatid versus Xander's Lounge. I don't think I want Duelist of the Mind here or Sicarian Infiltrator. There's also Exploration, but I don't like that as much as Caryatid. Caryatid, I think, is just a rock solid. Oh, there's a Tropical Island. Look, I like Questing Beast and all that, but Tropical Island is just the GOAT, especially I already have a fetch for it. So, wow, we did not get punished for passing up on the Trop there. Okay, that was an insane pickup. So now I really like our mana situation because we've got Trop with a fetch land. I could take a black-green land. I could also Omnath here. I'm not crazy far away from it, especially if I want to play Bant-ish colors already, and I have 2 fetch lands. This actually seems like the place where Omnath is good. So I'm going to take the Omnath here and see if, especially since I think Pack 3 is going to be pretty good. Delighted Halfling looking really nice in this deck. This deck is getting to the point where it might play Gaia's Cradle if I see that as well. And there's not a whole lot else that I mean, if I could wheel a land or 2, I wouldn't mind. Okay, so this is actually pretty close because there's a blue-green Surveil land and there's Scion of Draco. I think I just take the blue-green Surveil land. I don't have the Sculler Wield, so did Blood Tithe. But, so Blood Tithe wheeling, by the way, makes it a lot less likely Max is playing black-red. I just take the blue-green Surveil land. I could just cut the Zeotor's Proving Ground, maybe. Well, I guess it works for Omnath, but I'm pretty close to just being blue-green splash a couple white cards. I don't think I need to take Scion of Draco here. Oh, and Breeding Pool came back? Wow. All right, well, I'm going to take another Breeding Pool. Like, I like Sylvan Library, but if you have a bunch of Trops and Breeding Pools, like, you could just get to play awesome blue and green cards without worrying about your colors that much, and that is really, really nice. Okay, and here, I'm going to take either Stoic Sphinx or Railway Brawler, and I think, let's see, 4 mana plot, 5/5. I think the Sphinx looks better and is less likely to be passing something that one of my opponents will play. I like Kosali Pride Mage, but I have a bunch of anti-artifact stuff, so I'll just take the Salvager, and it's not a splash. Okay, Once Upon a Time is great. I don't think I'm on the domain track at this point. Oh, last pick Exploration? Yeah, that could definitely make the cut. Okay, this is looking like a Time Walk deck, I think. I tried, I tried to manifest my Time Walk. Oh, I hate this. So I have once again opened a pretty bad pack. In fact, it's especially bad because Archon is a card I don't want to put in my deck, and I don't really want to pass to Max. He's not black-red. He could be Sneak Attack, but he also could be Time Spiral stuff. I think, because I just want to take Ignoble Hierarch. Like, the Mana Dorks are so good, especially the Exalted ones. There's also Skull Clamp, but I don't know about that. I think Skull Clamp's kind of slow. I think I'm just going to take Ignoble Hierarch. I like it more than Avacyn's Pilgrim, even if I'm blue-green and splashing white, just because the Exalted is really good, and it can still help cast Omnath, which I'm interested in. And there's a non-zero chance that I could try to squeeze in that Fire Covenant, depending on how this pack goes. Okay, well, there's an Underworld Breach here, but there's also a Mana Leak. I'll be taking a Mana Leak, I believe. Mana Leak is just a great card. What I do want, I had to pass Questing Beast for a Trop. What I do want is more cards like that. I guess I have this Sphinx, and I have a Nissa and an Omnath. I mean, Mawloc would also be really nice, but Mana Leak is just a busted card, so I'm going to take that. And now I'll probably take Noble. There is Fast Bond. I have Time Twister. I already have Exploration. I don't really have any combos besides the Time Twister. There's also Ponder, but I think Noble's generally better. Do I care about passing the Fast Bond? I don't really care too much about that. There's already like an Echo and a Ponder, some good cards like that anyway. I mean, Fast Bond is a powerful card, and I do have this Time Twister. Maybe I just take the Fast Bond anyway. And I don't have Crucible, but I could build towards that. I guess I'm not getting another draw 7 because Time Spiral, Wheel, Echo are all gone at this point. I'm just going to take the Noble. I think that's just going to be better for my deck. Now there's Upheaval, so the fast bond would have been nice. But I could still also just take the Upheaval. I have an Exploration and I have a bunch of mana dorks. That actually seems like a pretty decent way to finish games off, especially since I don't really want Chrome Host Seed Shark all that much. I also don't really want to pass Upheaval after passing Fast Bond, so I think this could still be a decent Upheaval deck. And then here, it's all black and red cards. I don't like that. I could take Umezawa's Jite. It's more of a sideboard card against aggro decks, but it can be good when you have a lot of creatures. I could also just take Flame Tongue because I could splash it pretty easily, and Flame Tongue is actually exactly what this kind of deck wants. So I don't know that I'll main deck it, but I think Flame Tongue is a pretty good option. Okay, now here's all the green cards. Here's Bristlebud Farmer, 4 mana, 5/5 trample. And when it attacks, you can sack a food to mill 3 cards and put a permanent into your hand of those 3 cards. There's also Ordinary Tumblewag and Endurance and Bristly Bill. Not the worst of deck for any of those, but I think I'd rather just take the slightly bigger one because I think Bristlebud Farmer is going to be the best one of these for my deck. And then I am passing a Night Scythe and a Ballista, so I don't mind passing both, and a Sunfall. And then I'll probably get a green card back there. Oh, this looks like a great Smirking Spelljacker deck. It's kind of like a Mystic Confluence. 5 mana Flying Flash, exile one of their spells, and then you get to play, if this attacks and has a spell exiled, you get to play it. So, all right. Oh, and Savannah? Savannah is perfect, because now it makes Teferi and Fractured basically not free, but very easy to splash. Okay, Avacyn's Pilgrim came back. Now I kind of wish I took Skull Clamp, but I think I'll just take the Pilgrim, because I can also trim on Deathrite Shaman at this point and have Pilgrim just be better. Oh, and No More Lies? Yeah, I'll just keep taking counterspells. I mean, that's a pretty good strategy, I feel like. Okay, so now I'm liking where I'm at. Cutting Haywire Might, cutting Deathrite. I have the 4 really high quality 1-drops, 2 high quality 2s. I could maybe cut Sandstorm Salvager. I could also maybe cut Omnath, but I feel like Omnath's going to be really good. Maybe I'll cut the Exploration and the Utopia Sprawl. And I just like having the 6 mana dorks is pretty good. Maybe 16 land plus Once Upon a Time. And a pretty low curve deck. And maybe I don't even play the Upheaval. It could be a sideboard card. It's pretty nice with Nissa. You get to add a lot of mana and then go boom, Upheaval, replay a bunch of stuff. I think the Time Twister is good because my curve's pretty low. If I go like Mana Dork, ooh, hold on. Do I want a Lush Portico? I probably do. It seems fine. I don't really need to hate any of those other cards. Yeah, but if I lead on just like Mana Dork into Mana Dork, counter your spell into Time Twister, like that is just a really good opening. And that's the sort of thing that can help. I think Retrofitter Foundry can go. I didn't get any big mana engines for it. It is nice with Sandstorm Salvager because this has 2 tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature token you control. But, I mean, this looks like a pretty tight 16 lands here. Blue-green ramp. Commercial District could let me cut the Zeator's Proving Ground. I could also just take Chrome Host Seed Shark. I think the card is still pretty good. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then, do I want to hate Tough Cookie or Manifold Key? I'm not playing either of them. Or Vault of Whispers. I don't know. I guess Manifold Key is probably the most likely to be something. Oh, Ordinary Tumblewag or Bristly Bill. This looks more like a Bristly Bill deck, I think. Yeah. And then Land Grant, I actually don't think I'm necessarily going to play. So I love Land Grant. I think it's a really powerful card. It's definitely earned its inclusion in the cube. I don't like it in decks that has a bunch of 1-drops, because if you end up with an island and a Land Grant in your opening hand, it's pretty bad. You don't get to play your 1s. It's better in one of the like domain decks that has triomes and no 1-drops and mostly like 2s and 3s, I think. So, all right, this is the deck. Well, let's get to deck building. All right, so in order to not play too many mana sources, I am not going to play Utopia Sprawl or Deathrite Shaman. The last cut was Sandstorm Salvager, along with Seed Shark and Upheaval. I do think I want Flame Tongue, because I'm already going to play Mountain, Proving Ground, Catacombs, and Fabled Passage, plus Ignoble, Paradise Druid, and Sylvan Caryatid. Splashing Omnath as well. That even has an extra source because Delighted Halfling works with Omnath. I have 4 turn 1 dorks, 2 turn 2 dorks with Time Twister to refill, and then Spelljacker, Nissa, Fractured, Bristlebud, and Omnath are all cards that can kind of carry games by themselves with all this acceleration, alongside my 5 counter spells. I kind of like this style of deck. I think these decks do tend to win a lot. And I might side in Sandstorm Salvager or Upheaval or Seed Shark or maybe Retrofitter if the circumstances permit. My lands ended up being pretty great too. I do have some tap lands, but I have a lot of good fixing, and overall I think this deck's pretty good. My teammates have nice ones too. BK is on mono white with a couple blue cards with Cryptic Coat and Assimilation Aegis and Cauldra to go get with Stoneforge. I love that. Swords, Dismember with Snapcaster. Got Unexpectedly Absent, Touch the Spirit Realm, both Mother and Giver, which is really good with Stoneforge. Turn 1 Mother Runes, turn 2 Stoneforge is so strong. And overall, pretty solid deck. Could use more blue-white lands, has just 1 Hallowed Fountain here. Mac has a nice one too. Flash with Worldspine, Triplicate Titan, and Vaultborn Tyrant. Sneak Attack as well, so I'm glad that that got passed through. Fable, Shallow Grave, Spellseeker, pretty good mana. Bowmasters too, why not? Fiery Confluence, the One Ring. Good, but you'll notice something. None of us have power, so I don't love that. The saving grace on that front is Troll has both Mana Crypt and Moxjet. He got the Archon. I'm really glad I didn't hate it. In his Doomsday, Yogwill, Jace Wielder of Mysteries, no Thassa's Oracle sadly, Dark Ritual, Ponder, Force of Negation deck. He's got Time Spiral. He got the Time Spiral, Frantic Search. Like, he's got Tendrils. He's doing some cool stuff here. So with Cast Defiler, 4th Year Lingus in the sideboard, some nice hate drafting. All right, so we've got ourselves a battle. Let's get to round 1. All right, battling against the tank. I would like to play first. All right, here we go. So I don't have a turn 2 Teferi yet, but I can go Breeding Pool, Ignoble, and if I draw a white source, I do. Though before I do any of that, I'm going to fire off Once Upon a Time and see whether I get to pick something up that will change any of these plays. All right, let's go Once Upon a Time. Savannah, well, I mean, at this point, I guess I'd rather take Verdant. No, I want to leave Verdant in my deck, so I'll just take Savannah, and I'll play Savannah and Ignoble here. And then this way I can go turn 2 Teferi. It seemed like Sylvan Caryatid wasn't great. And that put a bunch of lands on the bottom. Like, that was kind of a whiff in terms of spells that I wanted to see. So I don't mind that at all. Okay. Yeah, let's just get the Teferi into play. Seems like doing that before. Ooh, that's not what I want to play. Wow, I almost just played the wrong thing. I'm glad I different mana. I just must have clicked the wrong card. Okay. Slamming a Teferi here. You gonna mana tithe me? No, okay. And then just +1ing Teferi. Pass the turn. All right, need to draw some spells here. I don't even mind if tank plays something for me to bounce. I would also like to kind of save the Fabled Passage. I have 2 landfall cards in my deck. I have Omnath and Bristly Bill, though Caracas is really annoying. I have a bunch of Legends. Stoic Sphinx. Memory Lapse is actually fine. +1. And then play Paradise Druid here. And pass the turn. With Lapse up. They can't play any spells, so I didn't bother tapping the Ignoble Hierarch. Since with Teferi in play, there's nothing they can do. All right, tank, what you got? Red-white. All right. Seething Song? Okay, I guess I don't mind that. Unless it's Noise Marine. Glorybringer? No, I'm going to have you redraw that one, I'm afraid. And that'll be at least 2 turns, I would hope. All right, spell. Would be really good to draw something to play here. Time Twister would be amazing. Oh, Omnath is awesome. So let's go green, white, blue, red, Omnath, draw a card. Oh, into Time Twister. Oh, this is the luckiest. Unfortunately, I can't Time Twister on their draw step, but you know what? I will be okay with that. Trigger, Time Twister using a red and a white, leaving a green. Into all action? Yeah. I guess I can't leave up a counter spell, so I'll just play this. I'll +1 the Teferi, and I'll pass the turn with Once Upon a Time being a card I'll just cast. Tank does get to Caracas my Omnath, but I can't say I'm all that worried about that. Oh yeah, that I couldn't have drawn it up better if I tried, honestly. Omnath into Time Twister was just so unbelievably gross. With the previous turn being him casting Seething Song into a 5-drop that I memory lapsed. And then, I mean, I think I just win the game in a second here because I can play Nissa. And if I can find a fetch land with this Once Upon a Time, even better. But I mean, I guess the Omnath might even be getting bounced. Not that it's even a good card to bounce, but Nissa into 3 steps ahead has to be very close to just game. In fact, I have enough mana dorks that I could cast Nissa and still have a bunch of forests untapped, and I can go like Stoic Sphinx, untap land, or like Bristlebud. I can just kind of have it all going. All right, we got Ragavan, sure. Can't say that bothers me too much. You got to do something though, because you've got a million things in play. Into Robber of the Rich. Okay. Oh, is this going to be bounce Omnath attack? All right. Roberto here. Exile to Fractured Identity? That's kind of annoying. I guess I'll block with the Paradise Druid now. Okay, Omnath gets bounced. Paradise Druid blocks Robber. Yeah, and then cast Once Upon a Time here. Boom. Forest Plains, Smirking Spelljacker. I mean, I'll just take Forest. I've got a million spells in hand. I don't really need to do anything else. All right, draw. I mean, I'm going to start by casting Nissa. And then I think I want... Do I want Bristlebud? I mean, I'm probably... Let's Teferi the Ragavan. Okay, Verdant. So next turn I'll get something going there. I could leave up 3 steps ahead here. Oh no, by untapping this island. And that leaves up Stoic Sphinx as well. But I think I kind of feel fine just leaving up, just playing Bristlebud. Is that crazy? Could have like a Sunfall or something. I guess this, let's just hit with the island. And then for 4 here. And then pass the turn with 3 steps ahead and Stoic Sphinx up. I think this is probably just better. Like, Bristlebud Farmer and Stoic Sphinx are like comparable, but this way I just don't get wiped out by some ridiculous line of play. Not that a red-white deck is probably going to do that. Like, he's not playing Sneak Attack or whatever, so I'm not that concerned here. Trolled down a game to Shieldred, mostly, it looks like. Let's see, if this is expensive, I can actually counter it and draw 2. Oh, get Losting my Nissa. No, I don't really want that to happen. So counter target spell, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. Nissa just adds so much mana that I feel like 3 steps ahead is definitely worth it here. Discard Sylvan Caryatid. I think I'm not going to need that. And then tanks down to 3 mana. I can play like, he can Ragavan and hit me and hope to hit something insane. He can maybe like Council's Judgment my Nissa or something. I don't know. Dashed Ragavan, I like it. I like the spirit, you know. Okay. Definitely hitting me. Well, we think they have Time Walk. I certainly don't. He got a Bristly Bill. Oh yeah, baby. You could play that and then I could Teferi it back to my hand. I mean, I'm going to just Omnath and just cast a million spells this turn, thanks to that Nissa. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15 mana at my disposal if I need it. I feel like I'll be able to figure out a way to win from that once Tank decides whether he wants to play his Bristly Bill or my Bristly Bill. All right, and a Braid on the island. Sure. Good. I guess I don't need to tap this forest yet. I can just tap red, blue, white, Omnath, draw, Verdant, crack Verdant. I'll get a Trop, why not? Manas. Play the Bristlebud Farmer. Make some food. I guess just plus my Planeswalkers and play a Noble as well. And now I have two Exalted things, so it's just better to attack with this. And now I have Sphinx up and Pick Your Poison, and I have my Planeswalkers fully loaded. I mean, I guess technically if he's got a Wrath, then I would have to float mana, cast Stoic Sphinx after the Wrath resolves, and then win with Stoic Sphinx plus Nissa. Well, hit for 8 there. So I feel like that's probably not something I'm too concerned with here. And then, I mean, I just get to smash. I kind of don't want to even show the Stoic Sphinx, since that's a good one that they could maybe be playing around. Stoic Sphinx I kind of liked. It hits really hard. You just cast it end of their turn, and then hit them for 5, and then you just have all your mana up. You have this big hexproof thing. You don't have to do anything. I mean, the Bristlebud also is going to be pretty good. The old Bristlebud going to mill and try to get a permanent in the hand. I mean, I also don't have to sack a food, I suppose. Whoop, or do anything else. All right, we are up a game. So I'm playing against Red-White with Karakas. I kind of want Sandstorm Salvager over Bristly Bill. They're pretty close, and one gets hosed by Karakas, so let's not do that. Don't want Upheaval. Don't want to try to splash Fire Covenant, I don't think. Yeah, I think I like this, and I've got Pick Your Poison to kill that Glorybringer too. So let's see what we got. I'm on the draw now, and yeah, I mean, this is what this deck does. Mana Dorks and Mana Leaks. Hopefully Tank doesn't lead on Ragavan, but if he does, then I've got the Avacyn's Pilgrim to block with. All right, so I just want to draw not lands. No more lands. If I can draw no more lands, I love this hand, because I've got some good acceleration. Turn 2, I'm probably just going to go Pilgrim, keep up Miscalculation, depending on what he plays here. I guess I could have played the Pilgrim to block Ragavan, hit Savannah. Okay, good. Milled a card for me. Now I'm probably not going to leave up Miscalc. Land, Caryatid, Pilgrim. Now Tank has to play 3 cards to get the Robber going, which is nice. So you can go land in 2 spells maybe, but then next turn I get to go Island, Bristlebud, and have Miscalc up. I do like that. All right. Adeline? Okay, I mean, that's fine. I'll just block the Robber, take 1. All right, the Bristlebud is here and is going to be pretty big. Kind of like that. Flame Tongue would also be pretty nice here. I guess I would slam Flame Tongue over Bristlebud if I drew it. Omnath also would be A+. Basically, any of my spells that cost 3 or more mana would be nice. Oh, Seething Song pitches to Pyrokinesis my 2 things, which is good, but I still have the Bristlebud. So I did say when I passed the Pyrokinesis, I didn't like passing the Pyrokinesis. It's got 3 cards in hand. If I can just untap here, I feel pretty good. With a Bristlebud in play. It would have been nice to be able to Memory Lapse or Miscalc a play this turn. Especially if this is going to kill my Bristlebud. Then I'm going to lose. I mean, if... Oh, just hard casting Bone Crusher and then attacking with Adeline. Oh, all of it. Oh, I love that. Okay. Don't hit off Robber, please. I'm going to block the Robber, which I was already planning on blocking the token. Hit Sandstorm Salvager, which would have been a good draw, but I block Robber. I take 7 down to 10, but I have these food tokens. Draw. Okay. If I attack... I'm setting myself up to take a little damage, but I kind of need to attack in order to get something here. Okay, I milled 2 lands in a Mana Leak, so that's not ideal. What I'll probably end up doing here is playing Ignoble, playing Lush Portico, and chumping the Adeline with the Ignoble Hierarch and blocking a token and taking 6 down to 4. But I get to counter. Tank has 1 card in hand. I get to counter his next play. If I can find Fractured Identity or, Omnath. Yeah, I have red from the Sylvan Caryatid. Okay, perfect. Okay, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape here then. I could have played the Portico first, but I didn't really want to do that. All right, so is this Bonehorde Dracosaur? There's no cards in hand. I think I'd rather miscalculation it. I could lapse it to guarantee he's not drawing anything the next turn, but I'd rather well, let's see. If I do that, then I miscalculate because I cast Omnath, gain 4. Yeah, no, that actually sounds good because this guarantees I get to counter 2 turns in a row, which I think is what I want to do. Because if I miscalculate and he draws a cheap spell, yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar either way. This just means he can't draw a Caracas next turn, which I think is good. Block a token, chump Adeline. Take 6 down to 4. All right. Let's go Omnath. Am I attacking with the Bristlebud? Because if I Omnath, I go to 8. And then I miscalc. And then Omnath blocks Adeline. No, that doesn't work. So let's just play Omnath then. Draw. Ooh, that's a nice one. Gain 4 life, pass the turn. Doesn't really have great attacks here, I wouldn't imagine. And he's got to play the Bonehorde Dracosaur. If he's not playing the Bonehorde Dracosaur, I don't really know what he's doing. Like, doesn't really seem like a winning move to just keep it in hand. What are attacks looking like? Could attack with Adeline, but it's not going to accomplish that much. Certainly can't attack with Bone Crusher into Bristlebud. And then next turn, I get to Flame Tongue the Adeline if he doesn't attack, and then attack with Bristlebud. And even milling and hitting a land is pretty nice with Omnath. And then the Bristlebud trades for Bone Crusher and a token, and it's like my Omnath and Flame Tongue card in hand plus whatever I milled off Bristlebud versus his 1 card that he's drawn next turn. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Oh, this attack? Well, this attack isn't great, I don't think. Well, hold on. I guess I have to block that way. Yeah, there's no way to keep Omnath alive. All right, no, that was a good attack because I'll be gaining 4 off the Omnath soon enough. So now I've got Flame Tongue for a token. But then I tap that. I'd be at 4 facing off the tokens. I kind of feel like I Flame Tongue and then kill a token. No, that attack was good actually. And I think I attack with the Bristlebud, but I don't sack the food. I just hit for 5 here because now I've got food in case he has like a burn spell or something. And if he draws a creature, he kind of has to play it. And then I'm not going to sack the food end of turn because I've got enough mana to sack it if I need it. Oh, what is this? He drew an expensive card? A Palace Jailer? Okay. Oh man. So he has to take the Bristlebud now. Oh, what a rip. Okay, I guess I will sack the food now since the Bristlebud is gone. All right, can I just draw Fractured Identity? I think that's fair. Mountain. I guess I'll pass. All right. I don't really have anything I can do right now. Time Twister might be good. It wouldn't have been good a turn or two ago, but now that I'm losing again. Oh man, I battled pretty hard. All right, he's got Soul Ring. Well, I don't love that he's got Soul Ring, but it wasn't actually a good draw there. Okay, time's running out. When he's drawing 2 cards a turn, I'm going to lose this really fast. Well, cool. Pass the turn. If I draw Fractured and I can Fracture the Palace Jailer, this will completely turn around, but okay, Generous Plunder is a cool addition. I've liked it. But doesn't do too much right here. I guess I can go to 6 and go get my Surveil land. All right. Yeah, I mean, what am I going to do? Nothing better. I guess I'm going to keep this Plains in hand. Because if I draw... Oh, I guess I have to tap blue, don't I? If I draw Omnath, I have to... I want to have a land drop. Okay. Not the most exciting time twister, but all right, now we've got Fracture Identity, so let's go Fracture Identity on the Palace Jailer. See if that plays here. If he's got removal, he can kill it. Okay, he doesn't have removal apparently. Let's exile the Generous Plunder for sure. And I get 2 foods. Fooderinos, and I've already played my land. I guess I don't want to play Ignoble because that I don't want to attack now that I have the Monarch. The Ignoble blocks worse than the Caryatid. Okay, I mean, do your worst. Tank's got a million cards in hand. I'm sure there's a lot I'm dead to, but if I can survive this turn and untap with Smirking Spelljacker in play, I feel like I'm going to win. So I thought Time Twister was better than a random card off the top of my deck for sure. It's going to be Glorybringer here. Yeah. I mean, that already puts me at 2 alone. So, not great. I'm going to kill the Flame Tongue. Oh, not exerting. Okay. I'm at 2. Am I dead? It feels like I'm dead. Yeah. All right. Lost that game. The top deck Palace Jailer into me drawing 3 lands. That was rough. Game 3 though. Okay, I'm on the play. Yeah, I don't think I want to. I mean, Pyrokinesis is going to be good against me. I guess I could play Utopia Sprawl over one of the Mana Dorks. All my Mana Dorks are pretty good. I guess Avacyn's Pilgrim might be the worst, but against Ragavan, it's pretty nice to be able to Pilgrim it. So I'm just going to live with Utopia or Pyrokinesis if that happens. All right, I'd like to play first. Yeah, I will keep this hand. No Mana Dork. I really don't like that because I have a lot of Mana Dorks in my deck, and now I could draw one. I wouldn't love it. But I think getting to go Hedge Maze to get a Surveil into Memory Lapse into any white source is Teferi, and any land is just Sandstorm Salvager. So I feel like that's pretty good. No Soul Ring, please. Yeah. No, that. Okay, sure. Ooh. Okay, I'll keep Pick Your Poison. I'm actually not going to play it this turn because I want a Memory Lapse, but I can maybe try to Pick Your Poison next turn. Okay. Memory Lapse that. And I mean, land would be really nice here. Man, if he didn't have the Copter too, I'd be able to just snipe the Soul Ring. All right. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact. All right. I didn't draw a land, but Ignoble's all right. And then now he doesn't have land in hand, or he would have probably sacrificed the Soul Ring. Jailer, okay. All right, land, please. All right, that's a land. Sandstorm Salvager is a start. I really need to draw a Plains here. If I draw a white source, I guess I could be back in this. Man, after losing game 2 to top deck Jailer, losing game 3 to turn 1 Soul Ring Copter, like, very annoying. But them's the breaks, I guess. Yeah, I mean, even just the Adeline play is pretty tough for me to beat here. What's my best draw? I mean, if I just draw Plains or Savannah. Oh, does he have 2 plays this turn? Oh, he drew a mountain. Ugh, no, I can't win. I guess if I draw Plains and I can go like bounce. I don't even know. Bouncing the Jailer doesn't even really do that much. I guess it gets me closer to the Fractured Identity, which is ultimately what I want to do. Okay. Death Greeter's Champion. Okay, I'll take 6. White Source. It mocks me. Okay. Put this in my graveyard. Pass the turn. I can't attack. This thing has double strike. So this turn, I'm taking 7, or I'm chumping and taking 3. Maybe 4 because the Adeline. But then next turn, if I draw a land, I can Fracture Identity Palace Jailer. Though I don't think that's even that likely to work. Yeah, I am just not going to beat this. But I will try. Okay. Sure, here's Adeline. I guess, do I chump here? If I Jailer, let's see. No, I probably just block the 1/1 here. And then I can go Fractured on Jailer, get back Noble, Jailer to Adeline, have a chump blocker. Yeah. All right, Teferi. Bounce, it doesn't matter. Bounce the Jailer. All right. Well, that was unfortunate. 0-1. All right. Well, I get to run it back. Max Capone is also playing red-white. And yeah, I will keep this hand. I guess I'm just going to get Tropical Island and play Avacyn's Pilgrim, I suppose. Avacyn's Pilgrim and Delighted Halfling are about the same here. The only way I get completely hosed, which I'm kind of waiting for it to happen, is if Max goes Mountain, Bolt your Pilgrim, and then I don't draw a land. But even then, I can play Delighted Halfling, and if he doesn't kill Pilgrim and I draw a land, well, then I get to go pretty deep here, don't I? I actually might play Bristly Bill in that case. Okay. Plains Usher. All right. Let's go land. Let's do it. Interesting. I think I actually will just cast Once Upon a Time. Okay, oof, I almost missed. Hit Breeding Pool, pay the life, play Delighted Halfling, and then pass. And now I've got some good mana dorks in play here. Let's see. All right, Usher's going to attack. I'm certainly going to take it here because I don't think I need to trade for their 2/1, and if Max wants to make some tokens, that's fine too. All right, I take it, and I mean, it's only Max's turn 2. I felt like I've cast a lot of spells, but that's because I played 2 spells on turn 2 and a spell on turn 1, so hopefully he doesn't have too much this turn, and then I still really want to draw a land, especially Fabled Passage, because I can go Bristly Bill plus a play here. I'm hoping it's just ushering, but I don't think that's that likely. Ballista for 1. Oh, kill my Pilgrim. Sure. All right. Land. All right, so let's go Bristly Bill. I want to get my value. I didn't even play it uncounterably. Play a land. Make it into a 3/3. And then Sylvan Caryatid. And pass the turn here. And if I can untap with 3 steps ahead up, I'll feel really good. Another land would be awesome. I mean, I'm making more plays than he is at this point. Like, he's already pretty much behind by his turn 3, because we both played 1s on 1. I played 2 things on turn 2. He played 1 to stop one of those, and then I played 2 things on turn 3. So I'm definitely winning in the mana efficiency department. Oh, gonna hit me for 6 here. All right, I'll take 6. That's a good play. But then next turn I kind of have the lock. I have 3 steps ahead with Bristly Bill up here. I get to, well, it depends if I draw a land or not, but probably just play the land, pump Bristly Bill past the turn. The other option would be to pump the Delighted Halfling, but that's if I draw a land. Oh, I also get to leave, yeah, I'm definitely going to take it. I also get to leave mana up and then double the number of counters on something. I think I put this on Bristly Bill so he doesn't get died a Lightning Bolt. And then I just pass the turn here. And Bristly Bill looks pretty nice now. So if Max plays something, I'll probably counter it and just draw 2, discard 1. If he doesn't play anything, I guess I can use Bristly Bill, which is kind of what I'm representing here. But that actually isn't really what I want to do. All right, Elite Spellbinder. Yep. Counter target spell. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. I don't think making a copy of any of the cards I have in play is better than just doing this. And I think I'll leave the Sylvan Caryatid up as a blocker. I am 3 steps ahead here. Don't mind discarding this Paradise Druid. Yeah, that actually seems worse than Ignoble. And I certainly don't want to discard a land when I have Bristly Bill doing his thing. So now if Max attacks, he could have... Oh, Skull Clamp. Okay. Well, now it's time for me to go on the offense, probably. No More Lies is nice. All right, let's go Hedge Maze. Put a counter on Billiam here. Oh, yeah, Bristlebud looks great. Play this. And I think I'm going to slam here. And if he takes it, I kind of think I just double the counters. It's extra 3 damage. I don't have No More Lies up, but I think it's still probably better than... No, but then I don't have good blockers. No. Let's just take 6. Pass the turn. Maybe he'll go for something big. I'm threatening to do it end of turn. The main reason is I would tap down to just Ignoble, and then the attack back isn't great for me. All right, just land, and I really need this to be an expensive card. Oh, just equipping on the Recruiter. Okay. Guess I'll take 3 here down to 6, sure. Huh, it's a kind of surprising play. I feel like 6 is going to be fine, especially since I'm going to get to Bristlebud next turn. All right, well, I'll do this. If he's got something, he's got something. The Wandering Emperor. Yeah, that's not great for me. Probably losing now. There aren't that many things that I feel like could get me that badly, but the Wandering Emperor definitely one of them. Didn't see that in the screenshots from round 1. I mean, it's not over. Bristlebud Farmer is a pretty big card, but I'm assuming I'm losing Bristly Bill here. Unless he really wants to make a token. That doesn't really seem like it's likely to be the play. Okay, let's go to 14. Bristlebud Farmer. Pass the turn. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to pass the turn. Attack Wandering Emperor with the Delighted Halfling. Force a chump here, or the Wandering Emperor dies. Either one's fine with me. This is definitely winnable still. Made my life a little bit harder, but if I can land a nice No More Lies, and then Bristlebud can draw me something good, that, you know, we're kind of getting in there. Usher's actually pretty good with Skull Clamp out, so I don't even know that keeping the Wandering Emperor is better than keeping Usher of the Fallen here. This is 2 cards. This makes, yeah, it just makes a 1/1. Okay, I mean, the Skull Clamp is dangerous, but if I can land a good No More Lies and then draw something good plus find something good off that, or one of the two, I don't even necessarily need both, I feel like I could be in pretty good shape here. The Imidane's Recruiter's being pretty annoying. Oh, attack with both. Okay, well, I'll just block Ignoble, block Usher. I don't want to put myself in a position to die to Lightning Bolt. I don't think that's a good idea. And now if he wants to make an Usher token and clamp it, he can. Oh, he's just letting the Usher die? Okay. I hope this isn't Lightning Bolt kill the Bristlebud, because I couldn't even counter that. And then I would need to top deck something. We'd be both pretty low on cards. Oh, great. That was not Lightning Bolt at all. Okay. Now we're in it. Now we get the first draw step. He doesn't draw any cards. His Usher's gone, so his Skull Clamp's a lot worse. And I get to attack with the Bristlebutt and hopefully draw something good off that. Noble, I guess I'll play that first. And send for 6. Sack of food. Let's go. Flame Tongue Kavu. Yeah, I mean, I do want Flame Tongue. And he's got... Yeah, I still have to Flame Tongue the stupid Recruiter. It's got a Skull Clamp on it. That's kind of annoying, but this puts a lot of pressure down, and he doesn't have a ton of mana, so Flame Tongue getting a 4/2 into play is also pretty nice. All right, draw your 2 cards. I mean, if the Bristlebud gets to attack again and mill, then it feels pretty good. Milled 2 land, too. It's kind of nice. He's at 7. I've got a 5/5 trample and a 4/2 coming in. Potentially a 1. Is he sacking Sunbaked Canyon? No. Oh, okay. That's a good sign. If he had 4 cards in hand in his first play when he's constrained on mana is sacking Sunbaked Canyon, now I feel the victory in sight. It's in my grasp. I mean, obviously there's still things he could draw to get him out of this. I think he might have a Solitude in his deck as well. I don't recall us figuring out exactly where that went, but this restricts him to a 4 mana play. I mean, if it's like kill your Bristlebud, then I hit you down to 2 and I get my draw step still. I mean, I'm assuming like worst case scenario is something like Council's Judgment, kill your Bristlebud. I guess worst case scenario is like pitch Solitude and Ephemerate it, but we're not talking about games I can't win here. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Well, that's not really going to do much. Dragon's Rage is a 3/3. I mean, I guess the Thalia keeps the Flame Tongue back. Kind of. All right, let's not sack the food. Let's draw. Doesn't do too much for me. So if I attack as a 6/6 trample, if I attack with a 6/6, you could double block here. If I attack with both, the Thalia eats the Flame Tongue. Attack with all 3. I mean, I think I just attack with the Bristlebud. And let's go ahead and mill here. Something good. Savannah, milling Fractured Identity. So I drew a land and milled and didn't hit a permanent. All right. Probably going to lose now. I guess, I mean, if he draws badly, that's something, but I needed to hit at least 1 spell between these 2 draws. I guess the second one wasn't a draw as much as a look, though drawing either of these cards would have won me the game very easily. I would just make him sack a flyer, attack with everything. No. Make him sack an artifact, probably attack with the Bristlebud. We'll see what he does here. I guess I'll play my Savannah and keep Fabled Passage in hand in case I draw Omnath. Omnath's the card I'm looking for. All right, Max is just taking it, which is also bad news for me because that means that he's probably going to bolt me to death here. But what can you do, right? Dragon's Rage Channeler gets to attack. If I had Memory Lapse, that would have been a sick draw. Headliner Scarlet. Yeah, that does it. All right, down a game here. Let's go to game 2, playing against Red-White. This time I'm going to keep Bristly Bill because he doesn't have Caracas. I can put in... The Salvager is, I think, generally pretty good. And I think Pick Your Poison is still going to be quite good. Bristle, I like all this stuff. I guess I could take out No More Lies. Yeah, I mean, it's the hardest of my counters to cast, and counters aren't at their best against Red-White, and I think 3 steps ahead is rewarding enough that I'll keep it in. All right, guess I'm ready to do this. All right, time for game 2. I'm on the play. Mulligan that one. All right, mulligan that one. I guess I'll keep, got to put Pick Your Poison back, and I guess probably Island. I'm going to keep the Smirking Spelljacker. I think that's one of the ways I could actually win this game. I'll keep a Savannah on top. That's fine. Look, turn 2 Caryatid, turn 3 Oko, turn 4, if I can land a Spelljacker, then I think we got something going on here. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, turn 1 Shatter Skulls, not too bad. Caryatid's a pretty good one of the mana dorks to play here, given that it can't get burned, blocks fairly well. Next turn, I'm going to go Oko, and then if I can not get Elite Spellbinder, that's the card I really don't want to see. I'll be pretty happy. Thalia's not even that bad here. Ballista, Revoker. Revoker? Okay. All right, so I guess the Caryatid can get hit by Revoker. Sure. There's miscalculation. Well, I got to play Oko here. Make a food. Well, what I can do here, depending on what he plays this turn, I really don't want to see Elite Spellbinder. I need like a 1 turn of my opponent's not playing like the best possible. This has felt like one of those cursed drafts where like everything just doesn't quite go right. But if I can get a turn here and have a miscalculation, I could also, not this turn, but maybe next turn, I can Oko and Elk the Revoker. I think what I might want to do first is, we'll see what he plays, but like make this a 3/3, miscalc his next play, make Revoker a 3/3, Spelljacker his next play, something like that. All right, just no Elite Spellbinder, please. That's all I ask. Oh, geez. Okay. Name sticker Goblin for the full 6. Like I said, everything's going slightly wrong here. I haven't seen much out of Max's deck. He could play Headliner Scarlet here and hit Oko to 1, I guess. We'll see. I hope the 6 mana doesn't get me. That's unfortunate. All right, what do we got? He started to play something and then didn't quite play it. I mean, when someone plays a name sticker Goblin, you assume they at least have they probably have like a 5 mana play on balance because you're pretty reliable at getting 5 mana. You don't usually play it with like just a 6 to play, but obviously having 6 could still open the door to better plays. Could also just be a 4, like Headliner Scarlet, for example. But it could be a Shatter Skull Smashing, but that's not a very strong play, so I would have... No, it can't even be that. It's in play. Not that I thought that's what the play was going to be. All right, Max, make your play. Ballista for 2. Oh, and then Jite. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. Island. Let's see. So I can make the Jita lose its abilities, but that just like does not set me up to win very much. I think I'm just going to make my food into a 3/3. Pass the turn. Hope we do something here. Okay. If you didn't have Revoker, I'd feel a lot better about this, but let's see. So what happens here? Equip GT on name sticker, attack. The other thing what I could do, is he going to have a 1-drop so I can't miscalc here? Because one of the ways I could get out of this is by just landing a nice miscalc and then doing something. If I can't miscalc here, I'm just going to cycle it. But I think it was worth keeping it up rather than maybe playing a 2-drop. Firebolt the token. And then shoot it with Ballista. So I guess I have to miscalc the Firebolt. I mean, it's weak, but it stops the GT from getting equipped this turn, which I think is worth it. Because then he pays the 2, shoots with Ballista, attacks. And then what? Basically, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can land a Smirking Spelljacker, because that's the only way I can come back. I mulled to 5 this game and he name stickered to 6 mana. Like, name stickering even to 5 mana would have been a lot better for me. Okay, he's paying for the miscalc. That's fine. Firebolt happens. Ballista happens. Oko goes to 4 here. Oh, Benevolent Bodyguard. So just... at some point I would like my opponents not to just have like everything, but it is not this draft. You know what? Some drafts are just cursed. All right. Down. Attack Oko. Block. Oko goes to 4. Draw. Two drop with no abilities. Okay, GTA loses all abilities. But, you know, is a 3/3. There's nothing you can do in response there. Play Bristly Bill, pass the turn. So Caryatid blocks 1, Bristly Bill blocks another. I take some damage. I mean, what I need to have happen is like so unlikely here. I need Max to not have a play this turn. And then me draw a land, and then his next turn play be like awesome. Oh, cool. He's playing a 5-drop. Oh, he's just firebolting. Okay. That's, you know what? That's kind of a start. I think, is Oko dead now? Oko has to be dead now, right? Attack Oko. Attack Oko. Attack Oko. I can chump the GT and keep Oko at 1. And then the Walking Ballista finishes it off. Oh no, that attacked Oko. All right. Block Ballista. Okay. Land will be okay here. Okay. Time for Max to windmill slam Headliner Scarlet or something like that. I don't even know that would really get me out of this, but like something sick. I'm not going to play the Smirking Spelljacker as a blocker. That's just not going to do it. All right, block the name sticker Goblin. Please don't pump Ballista. He's going to pump Ballista instead of playing a spell. I just don't think playing Smirking Spelljacker to trade for a Benevolent Bodyguard sounds like a very good idea. I guess I could block the Bodyguard. I just feel like my win percentage is so much higher if I... Yeah. Okay. Draw. Well, I mean, I guess I could play that. Stoic Sphinx. Interesting. Oh, here we go. Oh, Glimmer Lens. Yeah, I mean, sure. Can't get greedy. So, it can now kill my Spelljacker with the Ballista, but that does lose the Ballista, like the Ballista dies. Yeah. Okay. And then I block and I go to 6. Let's see. Yeah, that dies. I block a 2-power thing. Go to 6. All right. A cheap spell could be okay. An Omnath would be... Oh, Fractured Identity. Okay, so I'm at 6. So if I block, Bodyguard, block... Yeah, I'm not... I'm not dead here if he doesn't have anything. And I think I have to try to kill the Benevolent Bodyguards to make it so Fractured Identity works. If Max just has land, I could win. Cursed, I say, cursed. All right, 0-2. Let's see if we can get the last one. All right, time for round 3, playing against Anton, who's on Artifacts. I will keep this hand. He's mulling, I'm on the draw. I mean, obviously this hand is very land heavy, but I'm not really in the custom of mulliganing a turn 2 Oko. So I will not. Turn 1 Converter into Bauble, sure. Forest into Delighted Halfling is going to be my play. And this matchup, he's got Tinker, he's got Balance, he's got some good cards. The counter spells are going to be really good in this matchup, especially if I can get on board quickly. Ooh, Grim, huh? Let's play Oko. Let's make it uncounterable, just in case. Though I don't even think he's got anything that can stop it. Let's make a food token. I don't really want to make the Grim into a creature here. I might do that next turn. The thing is, I can just Oko a lot of the cards he plays with Grim. I suppose Echo of Eons isn't one of them, but if he has Echo, then we both just redraw, and that's fine. I have Mountain into Flame Tongue. It's actually kind of a nice combo. I Oko his artifact, and then I Flame Tongue it. I might actually do that. Kind of depend what he plays here. If he just passes or like uses Converter, I'll probably go after the Converter itself. Oko's a pretty strong card. Also, if I draw a counter spell here, then I might go Paradise Druid, leave up counter, Oko something, except that Oko gets attacked, and kind of go from there. All right, Mishra's Workshop into Mightstone, Weakstone, draw 2. Wow, okay, I looked away for a second. Anton went nuts. I mean, the Workshop means he could have done that no matter what. And then now, what are we casting? A Relic of Sauron? And pass the turn, okay. Fractured is kind of nice. Let's go Oko your Relic of Sauron. You can use Currency Converter here, and I think that's okay. But I'll just get to Flame Tongue it. Hopefully he doesn't discard Echo of Eons. Okay, Island, sure. He's got a lot of mana, but the Relic also has the looting ability, so it seems kind of foolish to let that one stick around. And then I can get Savannah with the Verdant, so I'll still be able to cast Fractured next turn. I have a lot of action against permanents here between Fractured Identity and Oko, so I'm not that vulnerable to Tinker. Nexus of Becoming is a card he's got in his deck. If he's casting that, he gets to put one thing into play, but then I get to Fractured it. Okay, Mystic Forge is a little bit less exciting in terms of Fractured. I don't really want a Mystic Forge in play. So what I might do is just Oko the Mystic Forge. We will see. All right, and then cast a Talisman. And has 3 mana left because the Converter can make a treasure. So he's doing some good stuff, but this Oko is wreaking havoc here. Seat of the Synod. And is this balance? Sure. That doesn't bother me like too much. I don't love it because I have to discard my white sources here. He loses a land. I guess I gotta keep. Do I want to keep Paradise Druid or want to keep Fractured Identity? I guess with Oko in play, I kind of just want to keep Paradise Druid. He's got a bunch of artifacts. I'm gonna want to Oko the Mystic Forge here pretty soon. The currency converter can't make a creature yet. Yeah. All right. So I lose those 5 cards and he loses. Balance is pretty good. All right. Well, I guess I wish I kept a land now, but I'll make Mystic Forge into an idiot. Oko's still got a ton of loyalty, so I'm not that worried. I don't like that he did not exile the top card here, because that means his top card's a good one. He's got a ton of mana. So he's got 4 mana, except the Mightstone and Weakstone and Mishra's Workshop make it 9 if you're using artifact stuff. Okay, Converter. We're discarding Echo of Eons here. No, Indatha Triumph. Gonna hit Oko down to 5, most likely. And then I get to make my food into a 3/3 and play the Bristlebutt. All right, well, we're plugging away here. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but I am trying. I guess I got punished for leading on Forest over Verdant into Savannah, but I think I'm supposed to do that anyway. I have Omnath and Bristly Bill in my deck. I really can't be playing fetch lands until I need them. Even if balance did make me discard it, and now I don't have a white source, but yeah, Paradise Druid has one, so that's not the end of the world. Oh man, we have an artifact to play too? I do not like that. Oh, a Forensic Gadgeteer into Basalt Monolith? Okay. Well, you get 1 draw. Chill. And after that 1 draw, I get to Oko the Gadgeteer. Okay, and that's all. Oh, he gets to untap the Grim Monolith too, but I mean, I could Oko the Basalt Monolith, but it seems much better to Oko the Gadgeteer. Unfortunately, I don't have enough loyalty to quite do everything I want. No, we drew a spell off it. One day. One day. They won't have it all. Not today, though. Today's cursed. Oh, maybe not. Maybe just untapping Grim? I mean, I'll take that. Okay. Maybe we got a shot here. Because now, draw, Trop, Bristlebud Farmer. Oh, Bristlebud Farmer Oko's actually a nice little combo too. I didn't really think of that. Make the Gadgeteer into a 3/3 no abilities. Pass the turn. And then next turn, what I think I'm going to do is, assuming he doesn't make a big play here, he gets to draw an extra card off Converter. There's a ton of cards that I'm sure would just mess me up bad. I can go Oko, switch a food with one of those two. I don't really know which one is better to switch, honestly. And then my Bristlebud can attack and sack a food, and that all sounds pretty good. Okay, so here we go, converting. That's the first play. Okay. And discards a land, sure. No plays here? Can I get a turn of no plays? Can we just get a little taste? Cycling a land, yeah, all right. That's also fine. And then, what's my best draw? Like Memory Lapse is pretty good. Teferi would be fine. Pick Your Poison at this point is actually not very good. I think it's going to be fun, like good in this matchup, but he's got so many artifacts it won't actually kill anything that relevant. Killing Currency Converter would be nice because I kind of do have to get this game over with. He's got a lot of powerful cards in his deck, though I have dealt with some Relic, Mystic Forge, Forensic Gadgeteer. You know, we're getting there. All right, what do we got here? I mean, I'm not beating too much here, but I guess I could beat a Tinker for Blightsteel, or at least I wouldn't lose to it immediately. I've got Oko's just sitting there plugging away. I've Oko'd 3 of his things so far, which is kind of a lot. You draw an extra cards off Gadgeteer, Mystic Forge, Mightstone, and Weakstone, so I had to grind through a fair amount here. Okay. Are we getting tinkered? Tinkerinoed? I really just want to get attack and draw a card off my Bristlebud. But it does kind of look like a tinker. Tinker away, Mightstone and Weakstone, yeah. I mean, Blightsteel doesn't do anything besides eat an Oko activation. But what else does he have left? The Mightstone and Weakstone and the Relic of Sorn are both gone. Oh, he's got Nexus of Becoming. So you can get that and draw a card, and then I get to Oko it. That's the one I wanted to Fracture Identity, but didn't get to do that. Does Teferi do much? No. All right, here comes Nexus. One card I'm really going to struggle to beat is Urza if he puts an Urza into play here. Exile a Mox Ruby and make it into a 3/3. All right, well, I guess I can't attack with my Bristlebud. Bristlebuds. All right. Nexus becomes a 3/3. Pass the turn. Currency Converter still trucking along. I get to... I can block 2 of the 3/3s, and Oko goes to 1 as is status quo right now. Oh my god, Displacer Kitten? Any spell and I just lose. Imperial Seal? Oh, yeah. I guess I'm dead. Let's see. You Displacer Kitten, the Gadgeteer. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm technically not... He has no cards in hand, so he can't discard to draw a card here. Oh, he can discard... He can get Echo of Eons. And then Currency Converter. Discard Echo of Eons. Oh, no, he can't... Oh, yeah, then he just doesn't put it into the Converter. I mean, I guess I technically get a turn here, but... Basically, I'm going to need to get on the board... I would say faster, but I had a turn 2 Oko, turn 3 FTK this game. That was pretty good, and then I just got balanced, and he played a million things. I mean, this is why I love first picking Mishra's Workshop, or at least taking it early. But I never get to draft the artifact deck. I got forced into green, though I think my deck was good. It looks like I'm going to O3, which really letting the team down here. But we'll see here. All right, Imperial Seals happened. I mean, if he gets Echo, I just lose. I'm not going to play it out because he gets to Echo, Flicker, Nexus, or Mystic Forge with Displacer Kitten, and then just kind of go from there. If I get a turn here and he doesn't do that, then I guess technically I could like Oko steal the Displacer Kitten, and then if I draw a spell, Flicker Oko the Forensic Gadgeteer, something like that. Okay. He's passing the turn, maybe? All right, I could also draw a counterspell here. Let's see. Oh, Smirking Spelljacker. All right. I'm going to exchange control of Food Token and Displacer Kitten. Play my land, pass the turn, I think. I could attack with the Bristlebutt, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm just going to pass and hope that the card he drew... Okay, he's going to make a treasure, sure. Hope the card he drew is something I can spelljack for value. I mean, this is actually the perfect answer to Echo of Eons too, because it does exile it, which is pretty sick. Okay, this looks like Echo of Eons. I guess you're going to want to make some mana first with Forensic Gadgeteer. Yep. I can't stop that from happening. The thing is, if I steal the Gadgeteer and he has Displacer Kitten, it's just Displacer Kitten's a disaster for me. Okay. Okay. Did I cheese my way out of this? Maybe. Just maybe. Unfortunately, you cast the card, so it does put it in his graveyard, so I don't know that I want to do that. Oh, it's Urza. Well, I'm just going to do that instead then. That one I will definitely cast. Okay, and now I get to... Hold on, now I get to Oko the Forensic Gadgeteer. I might steal my way out of this. All right, the Spelljacker comes in. Now I have Urza Displacer Kitten. Okay, okay. I don't have a lot of things that trigger Displacer Kitten in my deck, but I don't have 0. I could also attack with the Bristlebutt. I mean, hitting a Teferi. I don't have a Mox. Otherwise, Teferi, Displacer Kitten, Mox would be infinite. Do I have anything that does that? No, I don't think so. I just have no 0s. I don't have very many. How many actual spells do I have? He could attack Oko, but it doesn't really do much. Let's draw. Bristly Bill. Doesn't really need to play that now. If I attack with Bristlebud. So if I attack with Bristlebud, it does die. Is that fine? It's not doing anything otherwise. I kind of think that might be okay. And let's go ahead, sack of food here. Oh, I got Stoic Sphinx. Yeah, I'll take that. Don't need Sylvan Caryatid. And then cast Urza. Get a thing. I mean, I'm sure he's going to double block here. And then I guess I'll kill... the Nexus. If he echoes, I'd rather him draw Nexus than Mystic Forge, I think. Okay. And then I'll Elk the Gadgeteer. And play Bristly Bill, because I can still play Stoic Sphinx because of Urza here. And if I have to, I'll spin Urza to try to look for a spell. Okay, makes a token. Pass the turn. Ooh, okay. I mean, we're kind of crushing now. He doesn't have infinite mana. If he's starting by using the converter, that's nice. I would really like to not see Echo of Eons. That's the card I'm kind of the most scared of here. Okay. On cue. Do I spin Urza in response? If I hit a counter spell, I counter it, but I give up the ability to Stoic Sphinx. I'm drawing 7 cards. Oh, why don't I just leave my mana up, not even play the Sphinx? Because with a Kitten out, any counter can flicker the Spelljacker. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So if I spin Urza, I won't even be able to play a counter. All right, I'm just going to let this... Well, maybe I play the Sphinx. How many counters do I really think I'm going to draw here, I guess is the question. He's at 14. The Sphinx does kind of go a long way, but I think with 7 new cards, I'll be pretty good. All right, I guess I should have played the Sphinx because I drew a counter, but I could also spin Urza, though I guess spinning Urza is not that appealing. I just thought drawing a double counter hand, it would be a lot better to not have played Sphinx. So Echo's gone. Tinker doesn't do much. Balance, I guess, could do something. His Gadget here doesn't do anything. I mean, we're kind of in good shape here, surprisingly. Also, he doesn't actually have a ton of mana. He's got a Workshop, a Seed of the Synod, and 2 treasuries, 6 mana. Hasn't played a land this turn, but he doesn't have Academy in his deck. So we're talking 7 mana. I mean, how many big spells is he going to be able to play? And then Nissa triggers Kitten as well. And I don't know what I'm blinking with Kitten at that point. Maybe it's the Urza. No, I should not blink Urza. Let's not do that. It's owner's control. Maybe it's the Oko, getting extra Oko. I mean, Oko make a food, tap the food to Nissa, blink Oko, make a food is kind of nice. All right. And he's tapping for artifacts. So I guess he's got like Relic of Sauron, Mightstone, and Weakstone is what this looks like. And, oh, Golos. How much do I care about a Golos? I guess he's got access to... oh, he could actually do all of it. So let's go... No more lies on the Golos. And he can't pay for it. And Displacer Kitten... Actually, still, even though he can't pay for it, I'm still just going to flicker the Spelljacker and exile it. And then that way I can play a Golos, which is going to be kind of nice. And then now even a balance isn't that bad. Oh, Imperial Seal. Okay. So I got some looks here. Don't know what Imperial Seal does for me. Is it 12? Actually, can I win this turn? I have a Nissa. Let's see. Is there anything I want to do end of turn? I guess not. I have 4 mana that doesn't do anything. Sphinx would have done it. He can block 2 things. He can block Artifact and Bristly Bill, and he's at 12, and he takes 3, 8. I mean, I think I have enough damage here. Let's see. If I go... oh, because I can make a token of food. So... I can only put 1 land into play, unfortunately, but... and does Nissa blinking anything do anything of relevance to me? Or for me? I don't think so. Let's go make this a token. Let's see. Block. Let's just make sure. He blocks 2 3/3s. So he blocks 3/3 and... let's say Bill's a 3/3 and takes 2, 4, 5, 6... 9 plus the Nissa token is 12. And then I get to trigger this and Displacer Kitten. I guess the Oko, even though that doesn't do too much. I guess actually what that does is it lets me make one of my smaller things into something bigger. Like I can make the Construct into a 3/3. And then I don't need to play a tap land. Yeah. All right. Whew. We got game 1. All right. I don't think I want Upheaval, but I definitely want Haywire Might. What do I not want? I want all the counters for sure. Flame Tongue is not great, but it kills Urza, kills Forensic Gadgeteer. I mean, I kind of got to have it. I don't think Upheaval is going to be what I want here. Fire Covenant seems a little bit suspect. Don't think I want Utopia Sprawl. Bristly Bill isn't the best, but a cheap way to attack is kind of nice, but it's pretty bad against balance. I think I'd rather take out Bristly Bill. Do I want Deathrite? I don't think so. Don't think Retrofitter is going to be the way to fight him. Yeah. Fire Covenant just seems a little too hard to cast because I'd have to put in a swamp as well. I think I'm good without that. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, time for game 3. Yeah, I will keep this hand. I don't love this hand, but turn 1 pick your poison can be pretty good. Yeah, it's going to be real good here. Don't play another artifact. Ugh. Well, that's at least a good artifact, so he's going to have to sack one of them. All right. I mean, I'm happy to kill one of those two. All right, that's a good turn 2 play. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact. Probably has to sack Basalt Monolith, I would imagine, here. And then he can't use Converter this turn, but he can, well, not the 2-tap ability, but he does get to use the other one. I don't think I keep Memory Lapse. No, I guess I really should. Ugh. The problem with this hand is drawing lands is really bad. Okay, he gets to get a Surveil land. I would imagine. No, just a Triumph. Okay. Make a token. Gonna need... I really was hoping that he just had the one artifact for Pick Your Poison. We'll see what happens here. I've got Memory Lapse. I've got this Ignoble for what that's worth. Okay. It's just using Converter here. I guess that's not the end of the world. Maybe he's going to play another artifact too. If he leads on Workshop every game, it's going to be hard. Like, Workshop is really powerful in the right deck, and Anton's got a great deck for it. Just why I like the card. It's Black Lotus on a stick, so, like, I think this one's going to be tough. Yeah, Talisman's fine. I don't really think that Memory Lapsing that does anything. Jeez. He's played 7 permanents by turn 2, and I killed one of them. He played 8. Yeah, there he goes. I wish I had a Pest Infestation. Okay, let's see. It looks like I'm going to get to use Memory Lapse here for all that does. Here. Memory Lapse that Vindicate, sure. Draw. All right. Play that. Graveyard that. I can't even cast it. It wouldn't even be good here. All right. Now I'm just like, I need to find Bristlebud Farmer or Smirking Spelljacker. I guess. I mean, I've got the Ignoble. He's gonna maybe Vindicate that. He's got one card in hand besides Vindicate. If I draw a bunch of spells, this could start to go somewhere. My hand is bad. Okay, so maybe he's not Vindicating this turn, or he's got a bunch of lands in hand. All right, Thassa's Oracle is in. Land. Let's just cast it like this to represent a counter. Really what I'm representing is cycling Zerator's Proving Ground. The good thing is Caryatid produces white. Now Teferi, Fracture Identity, Omnath are all live. Omnath isn't live if he kills the Ignoble Hierarch, but maybe if I get another turn here and I draw a Smirking Spelljacker, that card's really strong. Getting to steal Urza last game was pretty sick. And I mean, I guess he's just jamming on this currency converter. All right. He's not getting any of the creatures out of it or cards out of it. So I guess he did use that once, but okay. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Now he's going to save Vindicate for something a little bigger. Talisman, sure. Yeah, that's fine with me. All right. Once Upon a Time. I could get Stoic Sphinx, but I think I'm just going to get Haywire Might and get this currency converter out of here. It's like the only thing he's got going on. Let's just kill that. And send for 1. All right. It's your Vindicate plus 2 unknowns versus my 2 forests. But we both have a lot of mana. I've caught up to him on mana development. Like the Mishra's Workshop is like a little bit less of a beating now. Okay, he's got nothing. All right, Spelljacker time. No, that's not a Spelljacker. Come on. Hit with Noble. still has Vindicate in hand. I kind of don't want him to Vindicate the Noble because I can't cast Omnath. All right, if he just draws 2 more lands in a row. Oh no, a spell. Hopefully it's a mana spell. I mean, his deck's got a lot of lands in it, just like mine. We both have lands plus a bunch of mana producing stuff that you don't count as lands, you know? All right, spell. This is just... All right, I will play the red because if I get Echo of Eons, I'd rather have the red on deck here. It does look like I have a counter spell, but they also know I don't have that many counters that aren't mana counters. Okay. Whether this is Golos or Mightstone and Weakstone, I'm pretty unhappy about either. Okay, he's going to draw 2 cards for sure. Man, the Spelljacker would have been great. Though he would have gotten to Vindicate the Spelljacker. It does have to survive until my turn. So, no more plays? Somehow? Seems unlikely, but I guess it is possible. Ooh, nice. Mind Twist. I had nothing anyway. All right. Let's go. All right. We take those. Oko. She's going to Vindicate it, and that's fine, but I think... I actually don't want to make the Caryatid into an idiot. I think I'm just going to make the Ignoble into an Elk because I don't have white mana here. So I can't really... If I nuke the Caryatid and then I draw Fractured, it would just be so bad. Oh man, now I'm dead. Okay. All right, that's fine. Ooh, all right. Game 3 here. Yeah, I really don't want Upheaval. Maybe on the play, I want like Salvager, Bristly Bill. Oh, he needed to add lands to sideboard. Okay, back at sideboarding. I want Haywire Might. And I took out Bristly Bill. That's what I did. Yeah, I have a good amount of threats here. Maybe I want... No, maybe I do want Bristly Bill. It does add up kind of quickly. But I don't really want to take out Paradise Druid or Sylvan Caryatid. I could take out a land. I don't really want to take out land for a dork that has landfall. I think I've got enough threats. All right. Let's see how this goes. We are on the play. Action hand. I mean, no 1-drop, but I got to run it. All right, no Mishra's Workshop, please. Please. Oh, I shouldn't have led on Savannah. He has Wasteland in his deck. Okay. Okay, that's not a Wasteland either. Not a Wasteland, not a Workshop. So I like that. Land. Caryatid. Okay. And then this turn, if he... Ideal scenario, he goes just normal land, says go, with the intention of using Currency Converter. Teferi, bounce the converter. He can't get the value from the loot. Like, he gets to loot, but he doesn't get to put the card into the graveyard with the converter the next turn. So that kind of wastes his mana there too. And then from there, hopefully I can have some counters up and kind of get something going here. That's what I'm hoping, at least. I'm hoping he's not tanking because he's got like a sick play. All right. Oh, and I drew a fetch. So let's go to Teferi. He doesn't have a lot of counters. Bounce the converter. You're going to convert because what else are you going to do? But you get so much less value that you don't get to then use the converter to make a treasure. Could discard his Echo of Eons. And then next turn... Gets a little trickier next turn. Stoic Sphinx would actually be a nice one to find. Though if I just find Nissa, Nissa ends the game. Because if I go Nissa, if I find Nissa, I go Omnath, fetch, crack, get Trop, Nissa, untap my Trop, have Miscalculation up. I just have so much there. Okay. Can I get one here? That's all we're asking. Let's see. Currency Converter is busy converting some currency. Okay, discards Thassa's Oracle. Probably doesn't want to exile it. I get to draw a card. Oh, there's the Stoic Sphinx. All right, Lush Portico. Time Twister. Huh. Yeah, I actually think Time Twister could be decent here. Especially if he has like a balance or something. Yeah. What's kind of interesting to me is what I do next turn. It kind of depends. Obviously, I'll have a little more info once he's taken his turn. But I don't think I want to go Omnath, fetch, crack it, play Stoic Sphinx, and then just like balance wipes my board. That doesn't sound ideal. What I might, but I don't really want to burn the fetch without Omnath. What I might do, I'm drawing Time Twister. I could say Verdant Go, end of turn, play Stoic Sphinx, while leaving Miscalc and No More Lies up. And then, plus Teferi, of course. And then a turn later, maybe if I find another land, have like an Omnath turn or something like that. But I think Omnath not be able to leave up counters doesn't sound good, because I can't use the fetch for mana on their turn because I won't have played my first land there. So that part wouldn't work. Whew, okay, Basalt Monolith. Don't like that either. Into Kitten, okay. Oh my god. Okay, he's got Currency Converter. This is going to be hard. Wow. What's going on? I thought my hand was so good. All right. No wonder he tanked for so long, I guess. Well, he can make a lot of mana, which does make my counters a lot worse. Certainly don't like how this is going. Okay, is Currency Converting. And hopefully done. So now, what am I supposed to do here? I mean, I guess Omnath. All right, he's got. So my counter spells actually don't do anything anymore. So I kind of want to plus Teferi. Omnath Stoic Sphinx here. Well, I mean, I guess at this point it doesn't really make sense to leave up counters, so I won't do that. All right, Flame Tongue Kavu. All right, well, let's do this. Let's get. I have to get a blue in order to play the Sphinx. All right, pass the turn here. And I guess hope he doesn't have anything too wild here with all the mana in the world. Okay. What is this? Are we just like casting a Blightsteel? Fair enough. That's a Blightsteel Colossus. Okay. All right. All right. Plus on Teferi. Play a Trop. I think I'm just sending with the Sphinx. Because I'm not blocking with it. And then I'll block with the Sylvan Caryatid on the Blightsteel. You can't play anything at instant speed because of the Teferi. He could also attack the Teferi with the Blightsteel, but I would be okay with that. I do get to... I mean, I could potentially miscalc and No More Lies for an additional 5. So that actually could work to counter something here. But we'll see. All right. In comes the Blightsteel Colossus. Is the victim me or Teferi? I guess we'll find out. I kind of think it has to be Teferi. Yeah. All right. I mean, I can't save Teferi, so there you go. Okay. That was a pretty deep tank. Unclear what's happening next. No other plays. All right, let's cycle Miscalculation. It's not really going to counter much here. And if I draw something good, no. All right, I think I got a Time Twister. I'm really scared of Time Twistering when he has when he has Displacer Kitten out, but I don't have anything. I'm not going to beat the Colossus on the merits right now, so I think it's time to shuffle up and deal. Okay. It's definitely something. I guess I should play Pick Your Poison. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact. I don't really think it does much to not do that. Okay. Eats the Grim Monolith. Sure. Draw. 3 steps ahead is kind of nice. So I do want to get rid of this Displacer Kitten. I'm just deciding how I want to do things. I think I'm going to Oko and leave up 3 steps ahead. I don't think I need to play Nissa. And I don't think I want to play Zeator's Proving Ground, because I want to keep up the three steps ahead even after chumping with Sylvan Caryatid. So let's start by attacking here. Okay, takes it. Oko. Kitten loses all abilities. That one I cannot let him untap with. And then I have a counterspell up, and I guess that's the best I can do. Also, if I don't have to counter anything, I can also cancel or 3 steps ahead and copy the Sphinx end of turn. Drawing a fetch land here would have made this pretty easy, but I didn't get there. All right, currency converter finds that. He actually doesn't get to untap Basalt unless he wants to sack a treasure, which he might do. Certainly that could be something worth doing. Okay, he doesn't do that. So now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana plus Mishra's Workshop, plus a land drop. And I mean, he does get to come and stomp my Caryatid and me, but ooh, you know, one of the plays he might make here that I think would be pretty, like it would make a lot of sense, would be Blightsteel attacks Oko. Because attacking me, I block with Caryatid, it doesn't really accomplish much. If he Blightsteel attacks Oko and I have mana up for 3 steps ahead, if he doesn't play something I have to counter, then I can end of turn just make a second Stoic Sphinx, which seems pretty great. All right, Mox Ruby, sure. Oh, Wasteland. Huh. Wasteland snuck its way in, didn't even see that. All right. Could be Tinker. Let's see. All right, I guess so. Tinker away. I don't know what he's going to get here, but I feel like Tinker's fine. Secretly, he got LED? Okay. He's going to try to flashback Echo Avions here? I'm glad I didn't counter the Tinker. Yeah, he's going to exile all the lands. I guess I counter the LED. And then I can block Colossus. He's at 6. He blocks Inissa. I think that... Well, no, he gets... No, he doesn't have even a single non-land. All right, I'll counter that. Counter target spell. I think I pulled this out. Oof. Echo of Eons gets countered. Now, I guess he can Blightsteel attack Oko. Oko dies. He can block Omnath, go to 1, but that Nissa does the trick. Fracture Identity also would do it. And he can't use Currency Converter to make a token because they're all lands. And he can't draw with Currency Converter because I can just... he'll just discard. He has no cards in hand. If he doesn't attack with Blightsteel, then I Oko and make Sylvan Caryatid into a 3/3, and it's kind of the same thing. All right. Well, there we go. All right, Oko's getting attacked. Sure, I can't stop that. Blightsteel's just been killing my Planeswalkers. All right, it's definitely attacking Oko and not me. Oko down, draw. Nissa and whew, that's the match 1 and 2, and you know what, that gets us to a tied draft with 1 match to go. We're up 6-5 now. All right, you get bonus content. Troll Aesthetic had to go. I'm gonna play as round 3, so we get the longest draft in the world. Even continues. This is for the draft. We've locked up the tie, but if I win this, we win the draft. And as a refresher, this is a Doomsday Jace deck, no Thassa's Oracle with Time Warp, Time Spiral, a little bit of Reanimation with Archon and Grave Titan, and then Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Mana Crypt, Mox Jet, Cabal Ritual. He's got some Tendrils action and Yogwill. There's some action going on here, and I'm going to battle Max right now. All right, I'm on the play. Let's get some nice Mana Crypt hands. Playing against red-white aggro. All right, I got to mulligan this hand, I think. I can have some really busted hands like this. This works out. All right, I'm going to put back Force of Negation. I could turn 2 Time Warp if I really want. Mostly, I'm going to just look for some action here with this Mortuary. I'll put that in the graveyard. So Max does have Thalia, so I have to kind of be aware of that when deciding whether to put my random artifacts into play. Okay. Let's find Life Death, Time Spiral, Archon of Cruelty, I guess. All right, I'm going to cast Unmarked Grave here, and I'm going to put Grave Titan into the graveyard. Where'd you go? And pass the turn. Oh, maybe I should play Lotus Petal. I don't know. I can just pay the tax on Petal for Thalia. And I have 6 mana. If I draw a Dark Ritual, I can just cast Archon. Right? No, 5. I'm 1 short. Sorry. I mean, if he has Thalia, he's slamming it. So that's not close. Time Spiral would be a totally fine draw. Life Death would be great. Island would also be fine because I would just cast Time Warp and then off Mana Crypt. I didn't want to keep Island on top though. That's too weak. Like keeping Island on top is so bad because if I keep Island on top then draw another Island, disaster. If I just draw 1 Island, it's not the end of the world. And then Max is going to play maybe a Walking Ballista. I don't know. I couldn't really imagine. Oh, a Jite. Interesting. You know, that's not that bad. All right. Every draw step is so exciting with these combo decks. Mox Jet. I guess I'll play it. So I'm at 6 mana. So now Dark Ritual gets me there. for Archon. I mean, I'm hoping he just equips the Jite. That's like the floor of his turn. I guess he could crack the clue token and draw a card. That would be worse. But the Jite really doesn't bother me too much. It's really just I have to do something here. Okay, he has land number 3 into Elite Spellbinder. Oh, gross. Okay. Well, Ritual doesn't do it anymore. And Life Death Grave Titan is not going to do it anymore either. All right, and unsurprisingly, Archon got taken. All right. Any time spirals? Cabal Ritual, huh? 2, 3. You know, honestly, I think I'm going to pedal out a Time Warp here. Because if I draw Yogwill or something, I could actually get there maybe. Swamp. Sure. I would actually have been able to cast the Archon here. So it costs 10 now, and I have 4, 5, 6, 7. But if I hit Threshold, I have 9. Okay. There's a Mox. Into Usher. Probably equip the Jite, because it just puts a fast clock on me. Oh no, this looks like a... What's it called? The 3/2 Immodanes. Yep, that's the one. That's his 12, so if I lose the flip, I just die, and I don't even win. I don't even know if I have outs here. All right. Well, I lost the flip. All right. Force Negation was not going to do it. I don't really want Force of Negation in my deck at all. I don't think. But it's not like Dark Confidant is particularly good. I could put in a Mind Stone. I don't think I want to try to play Chaos Defiler. That doesn't sound great. I guess I have a Thundering Falls I could use in a Lotus Petal. Dig Through Time seems so bad too. Honestly, I think I'd rather just have another land. I think I'm just going to put in a Thundering Falls. I think I'd rather just have that. All right. Let's see how this goes. All right, I'm on the play, and this is like really close. All right, I'm going to run it. I could honestly just say go. Max takes his turn 1, say go. I discard Archon. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Say go. Turn 2, say go. And turn 3, land, Mana Crypt, Archon. Benevolent Bodyguard, sure. Draw. Be so mad if I draw Frantic Search here. Thundering Falls, all right, pass the turn. Oh man, that Thundering Falls would have been a Force of Negation. That would have been so much better here. Not that he necessarily has anything that I can negate, but if he has a Mox, then I would much rather have that Force. I really hope he doesn't have Thalia here. That's the card I'm fearing. But if he does, he does. And next turn I get to go land, Mana Crypt, Life Death, get Archon back. Mana Crypt Life Death is like pretty painful, but you know, what are you going to do? Mox Jet would be a better draw, so come on, Troll. If I lose, it's certainly Troll's deck. If I win, well, you know. Let's see what Max has for me here. You got to turn 2 play. You got to assume the Archon's coming into play next turn. I don't think it makes sense to think otherwise. Yeah, you can attack with the Bodyguard. That sounds like a fine opening salvo here. If you have Thalia, of course you slam it. No plays. Okay. I don't want to play Watery Grave here. Ugh. Do I have to, though? No, I can just play Turok. I'm going to go Mana Crypt to death here. Didn't hope that's good. I don't know. What else am I going to do? Get to eat the Bodyguard, eat a card in hand, gain some life. Max didn't make a play last turn, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what he's got going on there, but this Archon is going to be pretty tough to beat. I mean, there's not that many cards that deal with it. He didn't have a turn 2 play. That's kind of interesting. Not many games of Magic where you just say go the first 2 turns on purpose, but without playing a land or anything. But I guess this was one of them. All right, we got the Benevolent Bodyguard. Yeah, that's step 1. And a Hero of Bladehold. Okay. Step 2. I just didn't really want to play Watery Grave because I thought the Archon might get dealt with. Oh, Samwise, get back the Bodyguard. Okay. I mean, if he doesn't have a way to get back to deal with the Archon, then like the game really does just end. Next turn, I can play Turok on the ground to block Samwise, and then play Island Turok, and then have Vendilion Click. Okay, Oust. I go to 17, and he's got Mountain into Sir Gingerino. Okay, I'll go to 15. All right, need to start winning some Mana Crypt flips. I won the flip. That's a nice start. Island. Just cast Turok here. Pass. I'm drawing Archon, but it's not the most impossible to cast, I wouldn't say. I get to go Vendilion Click here. The Force Negation would have won me the game. This is true. But, you know, so it goes. I really don't think Force is that good against him. He's got so many creatures and very few spells. So currently he's just attacking with Sir Ginger, and I'll just block. He's got Benevolent Bodyguard in hand, I guess. And then next turn I can V-click, or I can just take the 3 off Sir Ginger. Oh. No, I guess not. Okay, I go to 10 here. I mean, wow, he had Oust plus a 2-drop into another removal spell. Like, I am going to lose still. I'm drawing Archon my next turn. Yeah. I mean, I need to win all my flips, and then I'm still losing bad. Yeah, I guess V-click is going to be the answer, and I think I'm going to click myself here. And what am I putting back? I guess I probably just put back Archon. I mean, the argument in favor of keeping Archon is that if I draw Dark Ritual, I guess I can cast it, whereas Narset isn't doing a whole lot. So maybe I just put back Narset. Yeah, I think Archon could still win me the game. Jeez, he's got more. Okay. Yeah, all right. Put back Narset. Tendrils, huh? Okay, that's not really going to do it. Wow, so he had basically the perfect draw against what I tried to do. Fair enough. So the 2 combo decks in this draft went 06. Troll and Anton both got demolished. And lost the flip. And tied the draft. What was I drawing? I was drawing the Dark Ritual. I would go to 1, Ritual go to 4, and still just die. All right, well, there we go. We tied the draft, and you know what? I thought my deck was decent. I thought Troll's deck was good. 0-3, 1-2, but you know what? BK's the hero of the day. He 3-0'd, Mac 2-1. Those guys really carried us. And at the end of it, we got to play a lot of Magic, tie the draft, and walk away all winners because we got to play a lot of Cube. That'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around for this extra long video. I will see you tomorrow with another draft. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.